And what you're going to see today is kind of a culmination of like a 3-year search, trying to find and dig into the history of the Bradford National Bank. Today we're going to unveil a portrait of Myrtle T. Bradford. And although few women became president of national banks at the turn of the century, Bradford National Bank had the distinction of having 2 female presidents. One of those women was Myrtle Taylor Bradford. She was unanimously elected president of Bradford National Bank in 1925, following the death of her husband, John. She became the 4th president of Bradford National Bank. She was born August 22nd, 1886 in Indianapolis, Indiana. She's a graduate of Harvard University. She taught at the University of Indiana for 10 years and at the State College for Girls in Columbus, Mississippi, before settling down in Greenville with her husband, John, where she also taught at Greenville College briefly. Although she was only president for 6 months, the Greenville Advocate reported, quote, "Miss Bradford is probably the only lady in the state who has been elevated to the presidency of a bank. In any event, the case is a rare one, and this distinction comes to few women. The country overall. Mrs. Bradford is a gifted woman in many areas. She is versatile and has good business judgment." At the time of her presidency, the government was issuing national banknotes, currency issued to the bank that had to be hand cut, and it was issued in sheets of 4 bills. It had 3 10s and a 20, and the bills had to be cut out, and they had to be hand signed. She is the first woman in the country to ever sign one of those national banknotes. We have a sample of that right here. After her stint as president of Bradford, she moved down to Miami, Florida, and she was very prominently active in the arts down there for over 30 years. She was a world exhibition artist with national galleries. She had a display in Paris, and there is a scholarship named after her called the Myrtle Taylor Bradford Gold Medal Award. It was presented annually by the Miami Women's Club. She also started a scholarship fund for traveling exhibits, and she passed away on December 10th of 1974. We literally have been looking for a picture of Myrtle T. Bradford for 3 years, and we found it with the Miami Women's Club, found this picture for us. And Doug, you want to go ahead, you want to help me with this?
Just before we do though, this is a picture that she painted that she gave to
I have one that size.
Mary Lowe. Everybody, you know, most people remember Mary Lowe, and so that picture is probably 100 years old. It's pretty neat. She's got that. It's got her. She signed it. It's N.T. Bradford there in the corner.
And so this is the portrait of Myrtle T. that will be hanging on our wall of presidents, along with all the other presidents of the bank.
Looks like a businesswoman.
We are still looking for. We are still looking for a picture of Samuel Bradford, who was the 2nd president, and Nancy Rogers Bradford, who was the 5th president. We've still not found pictures of those folks, but we're still looking as we celebrate our anniversary. So,
And this is an article that was in the IBA magazine that was the last page of the magazine last month. So it's pretty early. It comes out every other month. It's pretty neat that they recognized her as she might have probably was the first lady president in the state.
she's one of the first. She was not the first, but she was like the 3rd one. There was a lady up in Chicago who was a savings and loan that eventually became a bank, but she was the first. But Myrtle was, I think, 2nd or 3rd.
She was probably the best painter of all the presidents.
Yeah. For sure. So there you go, and
So you gonna put this up here on the wall?
Myrtle will be up on the wall with the rest of our presidents, and well, we don't have them all. We don't have you up there yet. We're not going to wait for you to die, though. So there you go. And so we're going to try to keep doing things like this and celebrate our history as we celebrate 150 years as a community bank. And we're going to continue to dig things up and find things that are relevant to the history of our community and to our bank. And next week we are launching a new website. It's bradfordnational.bank, and it will have a comprehensive history of our bank. And Myrtle will be featured on that as well.
And when are you going to get the kiosk out there? When is that?
We are going to put a historical kiosk with a timeline of the bank history. It will be over at the community building outside. It's a 5-foot kiosk that will showcase a timeline of the bank's history from 1867 to present day.
It'll be kind of like that thing that's across the street from the library where it's got, it's covered with like glass or plexiglass or something, and it goes from 1867 till today. So it's a pretty neat thing. Randy put it together, did a really good job.
And they also have currently there's down at the Bond County Historical Society, there is a display on Bradford National Bank down there as well right now. They just went up. So there you go, short and sweet, and 3-year history coming to an end right now. We're getting Myrtle T's picture up on the wall where she deserves to be.